And I want to talk about London specifically because there was a recent video that came out on, I believe, CNBC about London specifically and about how rent prices are out of control. Inflation, the cost of doing business and living and things like that is out of control in London. But I think that it's the same way across the board, all the way in the United States. It doesn't matter where you go. Everywhere is overly expensive as far as your ability to be able to really be able to survive and thrive. And so I want to share this with y'all specifically. Shout out to my dog Logic. He says go to Germany. Logic over there. Logic want us to be over in where was Kanye? Wyoming. Hey, I'm Logic. If you in Germany, I shoot over to Germany. We can link up. We gonna figure it out. Shout out to my dog Logic with the 20 ball says come to Germany or go to Germany. I appreciate you, big dog. Just give me the dates and we gonna figure it out. Also, Elliot Jackson says, have you been to Black Wall Street and Stockbridge? It's just a bunch of street vendors and restaurants, but maybe some investment can change it. I haven't. Elliot, send me an email about that because I might want to do a show on that so that I can better explore it with the people before we even explore it, before we jump into it. Thank you, Elliot. Thank you, Logic. I appreciate you, big dog. Let's dive into this video really quickly, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to talk about rents all the way across the board because everybody is leaving everywhere in order to try to find somewhere where they can exist for an extended period of time and be able to control the cost that it takes to live. You can't outrun inflation, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. You cannot outrun inflation, okay? You cannot outrun the cost of living continuing to increase. It is going to catch you. It is going to find you. It is going to ensure that you're going to suffer. It doesn't matter how far away from the city in order to be able to get away from it. Don't matter what kind of job, don't matter what country you move to. Everybody else is going to be moving to that same country at the same time as soon as they find out that you're there. You cannot outrun it. The only thing that you can go about doing is making sure that you prepare yourself so that you can make enough money that you can then invest to where you can then beat the rate of inflation and you don't have to worry about it from that perspective. You don't have to worry about being priced out from the middle class perspective. All right, so let's get into the video, and then I'm going to open up. Make sure y'all got y'all good lighting in y'all camera. I'm going to open it up for the general public for y'all to be able to come up, give me y'all insight information. If you got a question, you got a comment, you got a thought, you disagree with me, you agree with me, I will make that available for you guys shortly after this video.
We were shocked at how high the rent increase was. My flatmate and I wouldn't be able to afford that increase based on the jobs we have and what we currently earn.
We love this area and we've lived here for the past 6 years. We desperately wanted to stay and we were more than prepared to stay.
Reading super chats throughout the show, y'all.
By 17% during 2022.
London rents increased by 17%. Think about that, y'all. 17%. Now, at its highest, the official rate of inflation here in the United States of America during 2022 was almost at 10%. All right. For a lot of y'all, the rate of inflation was actually much higher than that. That was just the official numbers that came out of the White House, right? But for a lot of y'all, it's based off of your lifestyle. It's based off of how much you need to spend at the grocery store, how often you find yourself at the gas pump, how often you find yourself having to move as a result of not being able to afford the rents in your current environment, how long your lease is. And so the context matters, but on average, when your rents are increasing 17% over the past year. Now, people that own their homes, unless you don't have a mortgage, you're not protected against this either. If you're buying a new home today, you're paying significantly more than you did in yesteryear or 2 years ago, right? But then 2 years ago, you wasn't safe either because you had to pay over $150,000 over the asking price because everybody was buying homes and there was no inventory. So you got to almost pick your poison. Either you in a position of power or you're under duress, but under duress doesn't mean you're protected just because you're not one of the people that's paying rent or you don't live in this particular environment, because everywhere is going up. Everywhere you're going to be suffering. Reading super chat shortly. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Ben Jefferson, Q, everybody. Reading super chat shortly.
That's the highest year-on-year increase the city has recorded since 2007. On average, London's renters, who are single earners, spend 48.4% of their income on rent. In 2021, that figure was just 42.7%. Many renters are fighting their landlords on proposed rent increases or are being forced to move as they can no longer afford to pay rent for their homes.
Upon closely reading the tenancy agreement with our other tenants in the building, we realised that together we could communicate in a way that would challenge the process of the proposed increase.
You know you struggling, and you know you stuck between a rock and a hard place when you got to start partnering with other people that's tenants in your building in order to try to fight the landlord from raising the rent on yourself. When you start looking at the fine print after you've already been in your lease for over a year or 6 months in order to try to prevent yourself from having to pay more rent, when you start looking at the fine print, because y'all know how y'all do, you just be happy to get a place. You be happy to get out on your own. You be happy to get that new place or whatever until the costs start adding up and it start hitting you. Then you want to start pulling that back up to all of the lease payments and stuff like that, and you want to start reading the fine print. Wait a minute. What the heck is going on here, huh? Oh, man. I got to start doing things differently. Oh, shoot, I need to read the paperwork and the fine print. That's because you're struggling, and you went out there and you looked on Zillow and you looked on Trulia and you looked on all of these sites and you tried to find a better deal and another opportunity in order for you to be able to reduce your costs, and it's not happening. It's not happening. You stuck between a rock and a hard place, and because you don't have the ability to make more, now you got to go and get somebody to be a roommate with, or you got to rent a room from somebody. Or, worst case scenario for a lot of y'all, you one step away from being homeless.
There was no way that we could afford to heat or eat on that budget.
Can't even
without
eat.
Rent probably being about a good 90% of my pay packet.
There are also no rent controls in London.
When rent is 90% of what it is that you make, and you just literally going to work so that you can have a roof over your head to sleep in front of, you one step away from sleeping in your car, big dog.
Meaning that landlords have the power to charge as much rent as they think is reasonable and can get. In a highly competitive market with more demand than supply for rental properties, this has led to sky-high prices that are unaffordable for many. Renters can try to negotiate
Keep all your
or
protests
say
and it
no,
doesn't matter.
but then they run another risk, being evicted.
My name's Daniel Lloyd, I'm 26 years old, and our landlord has proposed to increase our rent by 27%.
My name's Dave Trauner, I'm 33, and our rent went up 26%.
So, how did we get here? And what does it all mean for renters in London? London is a city of close to 9 million people, spread.
It's the equivalent of New York over in the UK. It's the equivalent of New York over in the UK. Think about this. It's 9 million people in London. Well, I'm going to let the video play and then I'm going to break this down for y'all.
Out over around 607 square miles, which is about twice as large as New York City.
Yep.
From skyscrapers in the city center to family homes in the suburbs.
Now, it's about 8 million people in New York City. It's a lot of people, man. I think it's, what is it? A little over between 2 and 3 million in Houston. In Houston, it take you over an hour to drive from one side of the city to the other. Houston is massive. It's over 2 to 3 million people, I think, in Houston. Dallas is between 1 and 2 million people. New York is over 8 million people, and London is 9 million people officially that lives in the city.
It is a highly diverse city and an international hub.
Inner London covers the sort of central part of London. It covers an area that's sort of maybe 20 to 30 minutes commute by public transport. It covers all the international areas. When you get out into the suburbs of London, which is far more of a market dominated by houses, maybe sort of 35, 40, 50 minutes commute out of the centre, rents fall. So, moving into outer London, there's better value for money, and so you get people on higher incomes moving there. The other thing the
problem with that a lot of times is that you're away from the culture, you're away from being able to live, work, and play. You're away from the networking opportunities. You're away from the businesses. You're away from the food. You're away from the people. and you have to spend more money and more time on commuting. So if you work in the city or you work somewhere close to the city, and one of the things that people are experiencing now, even abroad and here in the United States, one of the things that people have been experiencing is that during the pandemic, they thought that they was going to work from home forever. And it was just wishful thinking. Because most people said stuff like, oh, we'll never go back to work, or things will never go back to that. Now, what I see happening all the way across the board is everybody is being required to go back into work. Unless you're just a customer service representative that can take calls from home, everybody is being forced to go back into the office for the most part in most companies. They are figuring out a way. Amazon was one of the biggest proponents of staying working from home. Now they're reconfiguring and spending billions of dollars in order to have their people reconfigure what it is that they got going on inside of their real estate so that they can have you come back into the office. How do I know? Because I actually coach a lot of people that work for Amazon. Shout out to Mr. Maximus. I'm going to be reading y'all super chat shortly. And so you bought all of these places out where you thought that you had space, and then you thought you solved for the problem because you no longer had to commute into the spaces that you had to work at. And you thought that you was safe for the rest of your life, and now you have a 45-minute to an hour commute to get back into the space that you were originally at in the first place. One of the benefits, because there's pros and cons of living in the city and away from the city, one of the benefits of being in the city is that you save, for example, in New York, you save a lot of money during doing public transportation. Now, a lot of people say, ew, public transportation. I think that public transportation is awesome. If I can live, work, and play all in the same area without even really having to own a car, I'm with that. I'm a city guy. That's just a part of my personality. I like to be surrounded by people. I like to be able to go outside. I like to be able to walk to the gym, walk over to here, take care of business, go and link up, go change my stuff, and then walk back to the crib, or catch the bus, or catch the Q line, or catch the subway, or whatever like that. And so you save a lot of money in public transportation, but then that money is just offset because you spend a lot more money in order to be able to live in those environments.
I'd also add is London's seen a lot of improvement in public transport, so we've also opened up new markets.
Strong transport links are one of the advantages Daniel and his flatmate enjoy about their home, which is located in outer London.
London is just the best place to live. There are so many things to do, outdoors and indoors. The transport links are fantastic and enable us to get to all sorts of different places, to see different people, to meet different people.
Daniel and his flatmate also have to live in London for their jobs.
We love the city and the opportunities that it gives. For me, as a reporter, I travel a lot.
But he's a freelance journalist, so, it really doesn't even matter. Like, a lot of these guys just be broke. A lot of them truly don't understand that they have to generate a lot of revenue, but then they stuck between a rock and a hard place because it's not like they can quit their jobs. Let me bring up my dog. See what my dog is talking about. See what my dog is talking about. What up, though, Logic?
Bag chaser, stand up. All the haters fall back.
You in Germany, bro?
Nah, not yet. I don't go to the fifth. I'm just,
okay. That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Just chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Because that is not your background. That's not your normal background, bro.
My normal background now is somebody else's background. I moved a while ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here.
Why you move, bro?
Well, based on everything you just said. Like, look, you don't see me come on the bag chasers that often, but when I hear you say something like that, hey, look, you right. Sometimes you got to be uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying, to kind of get what you want to do. And that was me. There was a lot of stuff that I wanted to do here. But you know what? I had to kind of get uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying, actually. And chase what I want to do for like probably another 2 years so I can kind of like chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, Europe is, but the thing is, like, you looking at that Europe video, right? I think that was to the UK, right?
Yep. In London.
That's reality for Americans, though.
Yeah, it's the same.
No. I'm telling you why it's different. So if you go over there, just say you work in your American company, you go over there, they put the bill for a lot of your stuff.
The American company?
Yeah, the American company. So just say, for instance, they give you housing allowance. So which is different from your salary. So
Right,
obviously
right.
over there, they gonna give you housing allowance because yes, the housing allowance over there is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Probably, you know what I'm saying. You'll be probably paying like 5,000 euros a month. You know what I'm saying for
What's the
somewhere to stay.
equivalent from a American? Do you know what the equivalent is? Dollars to
Uh,
euros?
now, so that'll be something like around, I would say maybe 4200 dollars.
Okay, I
You know
got
what I'm
you.
saying? So euro always gonna be high, and you know what I'm saying. It varies too.
Yeah.
Um, Also over there, they give you cola. You know what I'm saying? They give you a cost of living allowance because you know what I'm saying. Obviously, the euro is more than a dollar, so they do stuff like that. So, and another benefit that you get is, I think right now, the first $120,000 of your salary is tax free.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's a move right there. That's the
So
move
you know,
right there.
it's benefits, but you know what I'm saying. How many people is willing to get out of their comfort zone? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if people don't know what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like most people only know they hood. A lot of people ain't never even been out of their city, bro. To be honest with you, most people, um, they stuck in a city. I see a lot of New York dudes, and they don't know nothing outside of New York, bro. All they know is New York.
Yeah, but who fault is that? Like I mean, I
No,
tell
it's their
everybody.
fault. It's their fault.
Yeah, I tell everybody. You know what? Um, and for the most part, they will increase your salaries for actually getting outside your comfort zone. So not only you get your salary increase, you know what I'm saying. You get housing paid for. You getting cola. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying. You don't have to pay the in Europe. I know specifically Germany. They have a what is it called? Value added tax, right?
mm.
So you're exempt from that too.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty
not
insane.
only you're not paying taxes in America, you also exempt from paying taxes in per you know what I'm saying the status of forces agreement with the actual the country. You don't pay none of that. So you know what I'm saying? If you add it up, you can go over there for like 3 years and make a straight killing. And I know people that do it. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy, he been in Kuwait for almost 21 years, and you can't pull
Mm.
him out of it because you know what I'm saying. He don't got to pay no value added taxes. They paying for his housing for the time that he's there, and you know what I'm saying. So much of his salary is tax free. So you know what I'm saying. You can go over there blindly, and you know what I'm saying, be pulling in 300 a year. You know what I'm saying. I mean, if you compare to what you make here, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because my salary, they're gonna be competitive with my salary over there compared to what I was making here. So yeah, it's a killing. Sometimes people just gotta really just, hey, I want to get out of my comfort zone. I want to see what's out there. You know what I'm saying? And then now you can have the flexibility where you can make moves in America.
I'm actually it's funny because me and Rita is planning within the next probably three years tops. We gonna live in a different country probably every 6 months.
Well, don't go to UK because you're gonna be spending the bag out there. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
I'm
mind,
just saying,
but the cost don't bother me. You know, I don't care about the cost.
we talking to the average person.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I feel you. I
Eric,
feel you.
why you think the passport bros don't go to the UK to Europe?
Well, I also heard now you can confirm if this is true or not. I've also
Mhm.
heard that the black women over there is worse than the black women over here with the attitudes and stuff.
No, you talk about
That's what
the
that's what I
ghetto
heard.
just pearly.
Nah, I ain't hear from her.
No, but see, you got to realize it's still a 20% hood people, right?
Right.
We don't even realize, but most of the time when we talk about women on these podcasts, we're talking about a 20% of hood, and then now the 80% might be influenced by that 20%, but we're talking about a small percentage of people that, because we're in America, they have influence because the whole world look at the black community in the face of Lil Baby, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. So now, I mean, that's what they're gonna try to duplicate. They're gonna try to duplicate the 20%. Megan Thee Stallion, even though she's not in the lower 20% anymore, her attitude replicates we see in the projects.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, it influenced a lot of these chicks. Even these chicks that ain't even the project, she influenced everything that's happening outside of it. The Glorrillas.
Yeah, and that's so.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this was actually a good video. Hey, I was just listening, and I saw that chick head. I said, yeah, that shit. Hey, I said, I know she was going. I know she was finna say something like, "Well, I got a PPE loan, and I was trying to start my own business." I knew she was finna say
She
something, but that
probably
old.
did do that. She can't say that on camera though.
But you know what she ended up doing? She was like, "Oh, I'm trying to get unemployment," and she tried to turn it into a race thing. You see, I don't know why I didn't get unemployment. Man, you don't know why. Man, stop.
Everybody know why he don't get unemployment. It ain't no secret, nigga. We know what it is. Oh my god, bro. But
Your ass
it's
probably get unemployment because you probably working there for just 3 months. You didn't
no.
qualify.
I think she got fired, bro. She got fired. Real talk.
Oh, no,
That
yeah,
black chick,
it's
bro. I'm going, but
but no,
I think the first place that I'm gonna hit though, the first place that I'm gonna hit post pandemic internationally, I'm gonna go to Tokyo. Um, I don't really care about Dubai like that because it's just like it'll be there, it ain't going nowhere. But I'm gonna hit Tokyo, and then I'm gonna hit Paris, and then I'm gonna probably hit over somewhere like Morocco or something like that. So,
but see, all you got to do is go to somewhere in Europe. You can hit a train for like maybe uh, 1,000 euros,
mm,
and it'll take you to 10 cities in 10 days. Well, no,
mm.
I'm sorry, 10 countries in 10 days. So you know what I'm saying? You can
But I don't. I
within
want to live there though. Like I want to live there for like
oh you want to
3 months, 3 or 4 months, and then you know what I'm saying, and then move over into the next thing. Like I want to immerse myself culturally and see what the life is really like, not just from a tourist perspective, but how the locals is living and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the goal. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
yeah, go somewhere that don't go nowhere that'll have you out there, you know what I'm saying, by yourself. Go somewhere that got a strong American presence. Not the nigga American presence though, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, niggas don't normally go to the UK because you know what I'm saying it's too expensive. But anywhere
Mhm.
you'll be, but just make sure you got somewhere that is at least some Navy ships out there. So if something happens, you know what I'm saying, you go run out there and jump on a Navy ship. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go somewhere like Spain, uh, Italy, Germany. Mm, yeah, because it's still crazy over there. I mean,
Hmm.
don't get it twisted.
Is it really?
It, yeah, man. I mean, nigga, that's like a 1,000 miles away from Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? 2,000 miles away from Ukraine. I mean, it's still kind of jacked up. There's a lot of stuff going on over there politically.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, so don't catch yourself all fucked up out there in Poland or somewhere like that. And you know that's like on a damn door to Ukraine. So yeah,
My
you don't
man's
want to
is
be out
over
there like
in Poland right now. He well, he in the National Guard though. So
that. Yeah, you can figure it out though. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, but I ain't gonna say it's a lot of opportunities. I just know it's different. I never officially lived out there,
mhm.
but I got blown up when I was in the army, and they take us to the Air Force base. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You go to your McDonald's out there, uh, they got to use fresh food. They got to use fresh produce, so they don't use all that stuff we use there. So when they're
Mm.
actually cooking a Big Mac, your Big Mac is made from, you know what I'm saying, fresh beef. You get a chicken sandwich, it's actually made from real chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So everything they use, they laws pretty much don't allow them to use them GMO foods. So everything that they cook, it tastes good because it's real.
Yeah. Hmm. I might have to go ahead and check that out. I got to do some research now.
Yeah. So but yeah, I just had to come chop it up with you. You know what I'm saying? I
Appreciate
hit
you,
you up
bro.
when I get abroad. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they gonna be mad because I'm finna have a fat booty German.
When you going?
You said when?
Yeah, when you going through?
Yeah, I fly out on the 5th of March.
Damn. How long?
Yeah.
You gonna be there for a while?
You know, I'm taking one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? At least a year. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
If
well then I'm coming through.
yeah, if I play out right, that year might turn into two. It might turn
I'm
into
coming
three.
through then. Listen, I'm coming
Yeah,
through.
pull up. You know what I'm saying? We can get on the train and pull up on
You,
Just Pearl.
you
You know what I'm
know,
saying?
hey, you know I'm pulling up. You know I'm pulling up.
Hey, we might need security to go to her hood. She be hanging around the ratchets. I saw that clip. If them hoes would have did me like that in person, it would have turned into WWE in that bitch. I would have been suplexing them hoes, DDTing them hoes. Nigga, hey, you think that passport bro got kicked out of fucking goddamn Brazil? My ass be out of London. Them hoes will leave that bitch with knots on their head, and all kind of shit. And I dare one of them niggas to say anything. They ass to get DDT too.
Dog, I'm coming through. That's a bet. I'm coming through.
All right, bees,
All
man.
right,
I'll be
Logic.